Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing very well. I am making this video because I would like to share a tool with you that has been very helpful in this time of quarantine. This time of quarantine has been a wonderful opportunity for us to come back to the heart and be aware of what it is really important to us, what is really important in life. These have been very challenging moments for a lot of people. From the point of view of, obviously, financially, everybody's stressed, concerned. Nobody wants to lose their jobs. People are wondering how are they going to support their families and pay for the groceries and things like that. And not only that, health issues, opportunities. So this quarantine has brought us a deeper sense of the purpose of life through moments of stress, like a diamond. How do we become diamonds? Through moments of stress. So this quarantine has given us the opportunity to reset, to reinvent, to let go, to prioritize. So in the same way that nature is healing and cleansing, as we, the harmful human beings for nature, are locked down in quarantine, and the dolphins are out and about in Venetia and in the beautiful Colombian Caribbean coasts, and the dolphins and whales and all these beautiful wild animals all over the place. Because we are not invading their space anymore or contaminating their space. There is always something positive to see about this quarantine. So yes, this quarantine has been a very humbling experience for most of us. Very humbling experience where, you know what I'm talking about. So this video is for you because I have learned a tool that it is very valuable. It is my understanding that in this moment of quarantine, mental health is super important. But when we are not socializing and we are not reaching out to our support group or our friends or our support system, it is very easy for people to feel lonely, to feel isolated, to feel unworthy, to feel depressed, to feel sad, to feel what is the purpose of life? And not only that, but this time of quarantine is triggering a lot of issues that people have not dealt within themselves or dealt as a collective. And when this pain is not dealt within ourselves, is going to be manifested from generation to generation, or the people that surrounds us, or our beloved ones and everything like that. So what I am saying is that in the same way that the earth is cleansing through this quarantine and this lockdown, in the same way, all of us, the human souls, are connecting to the deeper sense of life within ourselves. And now we have come to understand that the only way to help humanity to make this quantum leap, this quantum jump to fourth density, where we are going to have a unified consciousness, it is very important to work on our inner boo-boos, our inner traumas. Because guess what? Every single time that we are holding on to our traumas, we are spending a lot of life force energy keeping those feelings pushed down as if they don't exist. So what happens when you push the feelings down? Then little simple things that happen in life can trigger you, and you can become very sad, very depressed, very violent, very aggressive. You really don't know, but it is really because you haven't dealt with your pain. So I'm going to share a very beautiful technique that I learned in a class that I am taking with Corey Good. And it has been a very very moving and very healing. And that's why I want to share with you, because I know that through this quarantine time, unfortunately, the people who are sharing their roof with souls who they are processing karma with might be in physical danger of domestic violence or psychological abuse, and including child abuse. And I'm sorry to say that, but unfortunately, this lockdown has brought a lot of issues up. But that is why I am sharing this video with you. Because this quarantine and this lockdown and this isolation can trigger pain, can trigger feelings of not being worth, can trigger feelings of what is life all about. And a lot of people in the world are working from their energy point of survival. So this is what I've learned. In order to move along with these energies, our Earth is traveling right now, our galaxy is traveling right now at an exponential speed towards a cluster of energy that comes from the central galaxy. And this happens every 250,000 cycle. Doesn't matter the numbers. What matters is that we're lift up in consciousness as the human species. We go through cycles. So the next cycle is already happening since a while ago. Many energies from the cosmos are coming in, but now after 2012, and specifically from the moment that I am speaking to you to probably the next 5 years is going to intensify a lot. And these cosmic energies we can call them the solar flare, are going to intensify the polarization of the souls, those that are in service to others and those that are in service to self. So everything is fine. I have learned to forgive the enemy through this practice. It's not an enemy, it's actually a catalyst. But let's put it this way. So I'm going to share with you this technique, and because there is a lot of energy spent in pushing down your traumas, the point of helping humanity is through helping yourself first by releasing those traumas that you might not even be aware that you are experiencing. So here it goes. You think about a moment in your life where you have experienced pain, trauma. This technique is to release PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and any kind of pain that you might have acquired from childhood or from past lives that has not been dealt with. So the point of this exercise is to bring those energies aware to your soul so that you can heal them, feel them, process them, and let them go so that you can be lighter. Ready? So the technique is very simple. You just sit down comfortably and breathe deeply. And then you have the intention of healing and releasing. Intention is very important. It's quantum physics. Intention, feeling, and visualization. Nothing can stop that. Nothing can stop that. It's like the movie The Secret. It's actually super true. You manifest your own reality. So when you sit down with your intention to heal and release, you visualize yourself. You ask your higher self, or you already know a moment that you can go to, or you ask your higher self to please show you a moment where you experience trauma and deep pain, and it's time for healing. So you breathe and wait for that answer to come, and then you go to that moment and very lovingly, when you take your consciousness to that moment in time, let's say when you were 10 years old, and you remember a specific trauma or very painful moment that you encounter, then you look at yourself at that age. So basically, this is a technique of connecting to your inner child and giving it the comfort and the loving support. So you go and look at your inner child, and you look at yourself when you were 10 years old or 8 years old or 19, 20, 21, whatever it is. And you can do this exercise multiple times. So let's say you're 10 years old. So you go and see yourself and your eyes when you were 10 years old. And you talk to yourself from this point of wisdom and peace that you are at the present moment. And then you connect to that inner child. And then you hug yourself while you are doing this meditation. You actually hug yourself in this physical reality while you go and connect with that deeper pain and that deeper child within. And then you have a conversation that is going to go how you want it to go. Like, for example, you have a very loving dialogue with your child self is like parenting yourself with unconditional love, and you said to yourself something like, everything is gonna be okay. It was not your fault. And you are unconditionally loved. And you deserve to be loved. And you deserve to be happy. Mhm. Or however you want that dialogue to go while you are hugging yourself. So don't be afraid of crying. Believe me, it's such a beautiful healing technique that when I learned it from Corey Good, that I'm taking a course with, um, and you start doing your homework. It actually takes a lot of bravery to do your homework and to dig deep inside yourself, because obviously when people are using drugs or alcohol or anything like that, is precisely to bury the pain. So for instance, myself, I am going through processes. I'm taking this course with Corey, and at the same time I have quit smoking a while ago. So guess what? It is pretty freaking hard when you are experiencing feelings of withdrawal, because you are not hiding the pain of the feelings anymore with the drugs. So you actually are forced to feel. And when you have the will to feel, to heal, because the only way out is through, then I believe the universe conspires towards your healing. So believe me, when anybody is in withdrawal of any negative behavior or any addiction or any substance, and you dare to feel, then oh fuck, you feel. So it's a very wonderful process. So what I was saying is that I learned this technique, so I practice it with, let's say, 2 or 3 times with the times that I knew that I had been hurt and I needed healing and everything like that. So I did it, and I did the due process, and I cried during the process, and I gave myself love when I was a child, and or whenever I was, doesn't matter the age that I was. I gave myself healing and support, and it felt so wonderful that one day, like last Thursday or something like that, I decided to do it again. So I was like, yay! I woke up and I was like, I'm going to continue with my homework. Let's see, what am I going to heal today? And then it turns out that I didn't know. And I sat down in meditation with the intention to heal trauma or something. And this time I didn't go to something that I already knew. This time I just called my higher self and I said, please, higher self, show me a moment in life where I need to let go and forgive. When you forgive yourself and when you forgive others, not only you are stopping the wheel of karma, but actually you're healed, you're healing, and you are not going to manifest that accumulated, pushed energy into the physical body in the form of illness. So what I did, it was like I woke up and I was like, oh, awesome. Let's see, what am I going to cry about today? Because it's awesome. You sit down in meditation, you go this deep moment, you hug your inner child, and listen, you feel super light and super awakened and super grateful and super joyful and everything. So you see, but I didn't know. I sat down in meditation, and my higher self brought me into this place, and I was very, very, very deeply emotionally in observation place. Observation place for about 48 hours that were not easy emotionally. So basically, I understand how this quarantine has, for many of us, showed us what's important in life, what are our priorities, and a way to heal. So let's look this wonderful opportunity of lockdown to go within and heal, and that's a practice. You find a trauma, you sit down in meditation with the intention to heal, find out a trauma, and then talk to your inner child, have this beautiful loving conversation, then come back to the present, and by the time you come back, you are totally healed and lighter. And the beautiful thing is that as we release these traumas and this pain through loving awareness, we heal our insecurities. So if we heal our insecurities, we are not being triggered to react in a way that is going to hurt the people that surrounds us. And that is the way that we can heal the world as a ripple effect by healing ourselves. So anyway, as I was saying, I went to 48 hours of so much deep awareness of it was so hard. I actually had to reach out, and as usual, the universe has loving ears and arms to listen and to comfort. And then I am out of it, feeling great. So that's why I wanted to share this with you, because when we face our pain consciously, to give it unconditional love, support, kindness, to forgive ourselves and to forgive others, we stop giving our power away. And then we can contribute to be, how do you say, we contribute to the critical mass for the quantum transformation of humankind to force density, where we are all united without pain. So when all these energies from the galaxy come more and more intense as we breathe, we will go with the flow of this awakening process of consciousness, with the flow and not with friction, because we're done suffering and our will is very, very powerful, and we are sovereign souls. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all. Ay,